and onward in the bracket. We're moving on to our final top 4 set. The winner of which will earn a place in the finals to play for Nintendo Switch against Chelsea Tan, winner of our previous set. And it will be played between the last foreign player standing in our Singapore Open. It is Muhammad Hafidz from Indonesia
and
up against
Justin Ng from Singapore.
So both players have had a long time to think through their matchups. They've watched each other play on stream already today. Though Justin claims he's forgotten everything already, but we'll see how that turns out. I think, but I would have to say, I would think that Hafidz needs a lot more notes on Justin's team than vice versa, because Hafidz is playing a largely more standard build of Pokemon, whereas Justin's, just from the 6 alone and from the sets he was revealing, not quite what you expect from a typical team. It's going to be the Celesteela, Nihilego, Mimikyu, Rakunit, Marowak, and the Buzzwole.
Whereas the Muhammad Hafidz is running Tapu Lele, Arcanine, Buzzwole, Mandibuzz, Nihilego, and Snorlax. So it's very obvious that the Trick Room mode for Hafidz is Snorlax and potentially Buzzwole. We've seen on stream there is the Z move is on the Buzzwole, and if I'm not wrong, Nihilego has Trick Room.
Yes.
Just correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, does have his
so
own
that's
Trick
his
Room.
optional mode. Very interestingly, Scarf Lele pairing with the Mandibuzz is not something very typically, because if you already can take advantage of speed control, you want to have a different item on Lele, but he chose for the Scarf. So let's see.
It's interesting change from the previous set we saw Justin play with that. Joel didn't really have any options to play under Trick Room once Trick Room went up, other than its own Mudsdale. Whereas if Hafidz doesn't like Trick Room, just reset it.
Yes, by simply using Nihilego to reverse it, in fact.
Oh, but oh my goodness, what an offensive lead from Justin coming out here. It's going to be Snorlax, Nihilego up against a Rakunit and the Marowak. And, ooh, Nihilego likes this position.
Yes, in fact, easy power gem on Rakunit.
Ooh, however though, because this Nihilego on Hafid's side doesn't carry the Life Orb, power gem is not going to be enough to knock out the Rakunit. And if you don't knock out the Rakunit,
the potential Hydro Vortex on the Snorlax could
just take it out immediately.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Snorlax is bulky, sure, but it's Hydro Vortex from a Rakunit.
But evolving from the world's meta game, I've seen Snorlax myself surviving Hydro Vortex.
I mean, sure, Snorlax can survive Hydro Vortex, but Hydro Vortex has been known to take out Celesteelas in the past.
Sure.
Just straight the power gem into the Rakunit or into the Marowak, that would be a KO. Marowak goes down.
Whoa.
Not enough special defense there, so perhaps not quite the same special defensive variants that were used to win the World Championships by Rota.
Yes. He ran, if I'm not wrong, he ran a Careful Nature.
Yes.
Yes, that's
And
right.
Bugbyte going to eat that berry, so no berry for Snorlax, but Snorlax going to curse it and boost itself. However, its HP is officially on the timer, no longer able to restore its own HP, even if it has Recycle.
Yes, I think it's a very smart pick on Hafid's side there to pick the Yapapa berry, because I think probably Justin has recognized that. That's why he packed Bugbyte in order to eat berry. Because his sole purpose is to deny berries like Yapapa, Aqua Berry that wouldn't confuse itself. Just like what happened just now.
But unfortunate turn there for Justin. I think he was hoping the power gem would go into his own Rakunit as opposed to the Marowak. The Rakunit can survive.
Sure. But if he had expected that, I think he should have protected.
Yes, definitely.
Marowak better, yeah. Or even switching to the Celesteela like what happens now. But he opted not to, so he took a risk there.
But
and
now
did
with the Beast Boost, a Rakunit is threatened by power gem.
It will take it out, right?
Yes, he will take it out now with the Beast Boost.
And if it doesn't, Snorlax can easily follow up with a double edge. But then Celesteela can start lead seeding, playing a more slow game. Is that likely? I'm not. What do you think?
Celesteela wants to, of course. The obvious target here is Nihilego, but Nihilego is holding the Sash. So Heavy Slam won't take it out, even though it will immediately bring it to his Sash.
Sure.
No question about that.
Sure.
As Power Gem into the Celesteela again, Hafidz just calling all of Justin's plays.
Wow.
And Power Gem with the boost, it's going to be a 2-hit knockout, and Heavy Slam cannot KO the Nihilego thanks to the Focus Sash.
Yes. Wow, I felt that read from Hafidz was good, because Justin probably recognizes that yes, my Archon is heavily threatened and therefore I should protect it, but Hafidz just doesn't fall for it.
Now Justin is kind of forced to double into the Nihilego in order to even get even get the KO, because Nihilego can freely choose who he wants to KO.
But trading
though the Celesteela could be a roll, so that's slightly dangerous for Hafidz.
Is it typical of a +1 Nihilego to do so much damage to Celesteelas?
Unlikely. I think it's clear that Justin is favoring a physically defensive
or like relaxed nature. Yeah, could be.
I believe we did. It's hard. I believe we did see its Beast Boost yesterday, so maybe it was defense, but we might see it again this game if Nihilego fails to take it out and gets KO'd in return.
Sure.
It's gonna switch out. Removing the boost, as Arcanine going to come in to intimidate the Celesteela and Rakunit, which is sure, it's good since both are physical attackers.
Perhaps he was expecting the Hydro Vortex on the Snorlax, therefore he wanted to bring in Arcanine to try
But
to reduce his
Snorlax
damage.
has no berry anyway. Is Arcanine going to switch out, not wanting to take the Power Gem?
Sure.
So Justin again calling the target. This time he calls the target into his Ugopa, so actually wouldn't take the Power Gem much better. As just goes for the protect. Actually, Hafidz, Justin covering himself.
Sure.
As double edge into the Buzzwole. Buzzwole decent defense even after the curse, but not the bulkiest of Buzzwole since we do know it is carrying the choice scarf.
Yes. But in fact, I think on retrospect, I think he probably want to maneuver himself into a position whereby Buzzwole is directly threatening the Snorlax, or
But
even
now,
the protection
Arcanine,
back Nihilego.
yeah, Arcanine in a fantastic position.
Yes.
Though there's nothing really stopping Arcanine from coming straight back in. Though he has to fear a double edge, I believe it was. Yeah, double edge.
Yes. But so potentially there could be a trading situation. Buzzwole, I mean, Snorlax could easily switch out, so Buzzwole probably can aim for the Arcanine, but he wouldn't take it out anyway. So the things are not looking so good for Justin. But he probably has to call. He has to call that which the Flare Blitz will go to. Likely on the Celesteela. Probably he can switch into Arcanine, soak it up. But it wouldn't improve his position either because of
Just
the
go for Stone Edge and doesn't get the target, doesn't even get the hit, let alone a potential crit, and Flare Blitz will take the Buzzwole out. Justin going for broke there. I think he recognized that he was at a terrible position in the game. He needed one big play to swing it around. He needed a Stone Edge critical hit on the Arcanine, didn't get it. Arcanine will take it out in return. Celesteela threatened by the Arcanine, and this should be somewhat of a possession there since Justin can't really play the Celesteela game when Arcanine is still on the field.
Sure. But if he can bring in Araquanid or Marowak, he can potentially still somewhat threaten the Arcanine.
But Arcanine is always going to move first. That's the problem for Justin. He cannot let Celesteela open the Flare Blitz. We've seen how much damage it does. Actually, at this point, it's just going to KO. Never mind any potential boost Celesteela can get.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's just the Arcanine. There's still a +1 Snorlax on the field. So
oh yes,
Justin
that's right.
trying to play a slower game, which is kind of unlike what he was playing previously. Previously, he just showed he was capable of playing very hyper-offensively with his Pokemon.
Yes.
This time, trying to take a slow game, going for the Bug Bite and getting punished for it.
Yeah.
Losing his Marowak immediately,
Yes.
not getting damage on Nihilego. It's just been poor.
Yes.
Justin, I think, hoping that Hafidz would over-counter the Trick Room. Instead, kind of didn't have the optimal attackers to go into Hafidz
Sure.
leads.
But noting that the Hafidz Snorlax was cursed, and therefore Arachnid can move before that. So actually he could have capitalized on that. But unless the +1 defense can easily let it help it survive the liquidation.
No, actually, liquidation still. Double Edge not able to KO the Arachnid there. So Arachnid unfortunately went into the Arcanine.
Yeah.
And Arcanine is slightly protecting. As long as Arcanine is alive, Hafidz wins this game because Celesteela cannot hope to stand up against another Flare Blitz.
Oh yes, that's right.
Okay though, leaf seed.
But do you think on retrospect that Arachnid could have Hydro Vortex the
Arcanine, True Protect? Maybe.
Maybe. Or even try to take out the Snorlax because with the curse boost, the speed is reduced. He can move before the Snorlax. So
Probably moves even before Snorlax, even without curse.
oh yeah, because of the adamant nature as we already determined before in the previous
since
stream.
the
Yes.
Arcanine is not a negative natured.
Yeah. Just delaying the inevitable by the Flare Blitz on the Arachnid, reducing the deficit to 4v2 from what I see. So, oh wait, Marowak is dead, right? So it's just Celesteela against the world. I don't see how Justin is going to come back from here, and I think Hafidz has the game. I somewhat felt that Justin had over-adjusted some point, and it resulted in him not making very optimal
He
plays,
probably should have
yeah.
conserved his Arachnid a lot better, since he needs the Arachnid to check the Arcanine.
Oh.
And the Arachnid just immediately pressured by Nihilego and not even taking the chance to attack Nihilego on turn 1 when he could still survive a Power Gem.
Sure. But on retrospect though, I felt that Justin did not deploy active speed control, like for example the Trick
Yeah,
Room.
he didn't even bring a Trick Room.
Yes, didn't even bring his speed control option, so he purely relied on the Buzzwole. Has somewhat his speed control option, but it was a very passive game on his end.
And double edge at +1 should pick off the Celesteela here. I think Justin's fear is that if he brings Trick Room, Hafidz will just reverse it. And his fears actually will kind of realize, since Hafidz is dealing with his own Nihilego, which can reverse Trick Room. Fortunately for Justin, Nihilego is not only the Pokemon that can reverse his Trick Room, it's also the one that presents the most offensive threat to his attackers. So he's stuck in a very bad position.
Yes.
Regardless.
Yeah, I felt that the
His strategy against Nihilego, I think, is to Trick Room. But this Nihilego also knows Trick Room.
Yes. So he didn't want to land himself in such a position whereby his Trick Room gets reversed. But I felt that. Do you think that in the Marowak Arachnid lead has achieved anything? Unless he leads something else other than Nihilego.
Marowak Arachnid is clearly hoping to catch something like Lele Arcanine. or Lele or Arcanine Nihili. Or actually, he'll definitely hoping to catch the Nihiligo Arcanine or Arcanine Lele.
How about Lele Mandibuzz? I mean, I'm not sure if the Hydro Vortex could be able to take it out.
Yeah, Mandibuzz will not take a Hydro Vortex.
Sure. I mean, that could be the considerations that Justin has made.
And since he also knows that the Lele is scarfed, and Mandibuzz is Mandibuzz, so foul play doesn't do much to Araquanid at all. But in that situation, Araquanid will be very safe.
But if he's scarfed though, Mirage should survive, right? Unless...
So then you probably double into it with foul play as well.
Okay, that's fair enough.
But the Araquanid will be very safe. Araquanid is not under threat. Even if a double target, Araquanid wouldn't go down. Psychic without a boosting item and foul play into Araquanid's middling attack stat and decent defense is not going to do much at all, but didn't get the leads he wanted. So, question for Justin here is that Scarf Buzzwole does very well against everything except the Lele.
Yes, I mean, in fact, the matchup wise, I felt that he should have let Nihiligo with something, you know, to exert pressure on Lele, on Arcanine, on Mandibuzz.
Yeah, I think maybe the approach here is Nihiligo and
using Nihiligo as an attack, like the offensive powerhouse instead of the speed control role that is probably his secondary role anyway.
So if Justin goes for broke, he might want Buzzwole, but he's really hoping to not see the Tapu Lele. That was what I think kept him from leading Buzzwole. It's the only thing really keeping him from leading Buzzwole is the Tapu Lele lead. Oh, yeah, there's the Buzzwole Nihiligo.
Yes.
He doesn't want to see Tapu Lele. Hafidz, what's it gonna be?
Let's see.
It's Snorlax Nihiligo. Yes, Buzzwole enjoys this position very much.
Yes, that's right. I mean, it could easily threaten the KO on the Snorlax.
At this point, we have no idea whose Nihiligo is faster.
Could be a speed tie. I mean, there's no reason for
could be a zero speed tie, yeah.
Yeah, could be. But refresh me. I think Justin's item was Focus Sash.
On Justin is
Focus Sash?
yes, Focus Sash on Nihiligo.
Yeah. So either way, I mean, even if you expected a Tapu Lele lead, 1v1 he should still be able to come out on top because of the even if it's psychics, you know, the
there's straight superpower into the Snorlax. It's not gonna KO. Oh, it's going to Nihiligo. It's gonna bring it to its Sash.
Whoa!
Now does he win the speed tie of Nihiligo? If it is a speed tie,
let's see.
And the Nihiligo going to be it's going to be the opposite Nihiligo. Justin just get the double up to Nihiligo, gets the KO.
And the Beast Boost.
And the Beast Boost, though. High Horsepower could have something to say about that.
But well, I mean, the Focus Sash should save it, so...
Even Curse would be not a terrible position because Buzzwole has lowered its attack. That's High Horsepower into the Nihiligo. Do you see the Sash? He needs the Sash here. Does not have the Sash.
Oh no, he does, yes. So, not so bad. I felt that the trade was...
Now Lele, though. Now Lele.
Ah, no Sash to save it now, though. So.
Now Lele can pick whatever he wants to KO.
I mean, perhaps he could bring the Mimikyu or bring the Snorlax, the Celesteela, switching out the Nihiligo for that. That could be one.
Buzzwole is also forced to switch out because he's locked into superpower.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He can't even poison up the Lele at this point, and every superpower he uses, he's just going to go into Snorlax with less and less power. And Snorlax still has his berry, he can still curse. At some point, superpower is going to be doing nothing.
Yes.
And all what Snorlax needs to do is just poke it in return with however many reduced stage of defense it has after the superpowers, and it will go down.
Eventually, yes. So probably he has to call. I mean, he will have to call the Psychic on whichever slot. I mean, the potential protect from Nihiligo could be one.
Okay, Buzzwole actually outspeeds the Tapu Lele. So Hafidz having a fast Tapu Lele, but not that fast.
Whoa, that's very interesting.
And shows that he gets a tweak kill, but not through the berry. As you have to imagine Hafidz going for the Psychic into the Nihiligo slot. I think Justin was surprised. Oh, but it's going to be Dazzling Gleam into Buzzwole, which will survive.
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, typically Buzzwole's special defense is not so high anyway, so, well, probably not surprised, but the...
And Storm's going to get a free curse up this time. And a Araquanid and probably... Oh, but now Lele locked into Dazzling Gleam, not having the damage potential on the other mons on Justin's side.
Yes, but if Justin brings Celesteela, easily he can make a comeback from there. Araquanid can also
take out the Snorlax.
Yeah, can also take out the
Snorlax.
Yes, that's right. I mean, it's cheap enough. I think it should just...
There's Celesteela.
Yes, Celesteela.
And there should be a Araquanid as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the Araquanid.
Yes. So perhaps expecting the switch out from Hafidz as a defensive maneuver, he can easily... Araquanid can just simply Liquidation or Hydro Vortex the Lele slot could be one optional potential play.
Yeah,
Celesteela...
Catch an Arcanine coming in.
Sure. Yeah, and Celesteela can also...
Seed the Snorlax.
Simply seed the Snorlax and start doing his stuff.
The Araquanid wouldn't enjoy taking a +1 double edge. We saw it did about 80%.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's
recoil damage is recoil damage. And Snorlax has yet to recycle, if he has recycle.
It should, right?
We haven't seen the last slot, so it could still be protect, could still be recycle.
It was curse, it was return, it was high horsepower.
So it's double edge. Double edge curse,
double
high
edge.
horsepower. Yeah, we haven't seen the last slot. So it could be protect, could be the... What's going to protect is Araquanid, and the Lele doesn't switch out. So Stain and Dazzling Gleam, and... Ooh, If this Celestia a defense boost, this could get a bit messy because we know it's physically defensive.
Yes,
and the Arcanine is the one big threat it has.
Yes, correct.
And
Heavy Slam.
Into the Tapu Lele. Yes, that's the beast boost.
Okay, so now at
That's
least
plus
I
one
will
for
get to see.
defense, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah, sure.
Beast boost.
Beast boost. Defense.
Oh,
no,
special
special defense.
So that Nihilego just obscenely powerful from. And yeah, Lily's staying in and it's not even attacking, which means the Araquanid kind of burning a protect there.
We did not accomplishing anything because actually if he knew that he could survive a +1 curse, I mean the double edge, he should have simply attacked with Araquanid as well to follow up, you know.
However, Dazzling Gleam plus the follow-up could have spelled trouble for his.
But Araquanid will move first.
Sure, Hydro Vortex might
anyway.
have just taken out the
Yeah,
Snorlax.
exactly. So he should. I felt that he played a bit.
I think he's not confident in how much damage he does to Snorlax.
Maybe. Yeah. But now not looking so good for Justin right now.
Just now it's all down to whether Araquanid can pull this off. Araquanid needs to KO Arcanine and Celestia needs to stay alive.
Yes.
And then we will be stuck with another Celesteela Snorlax situation, which let's
like
see.
Joel and who? Refresh me again. Joel and Dylan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the difference being this Snorlax is double edge, which is more powerful but also recoil damage.
True. And double edge seems to have less PP than return.
Much less than Facade, definitely.
Yeah, that's right. So,
but that's all immaterial. Araquanid needs to pull this through.
Yeah,
Hafidz needs to decide whether he wants to protect his Arcanine this turn. So far, he's done a very good job protecting his Arcanine. And Justin is he's going to protect his Arcanine. Do we see the Hydro Vortex into Arcanine? Or do we see the double into the Snorlax slot? Here's Lich into the Snorlax. He needs the Hydro Vortex, I think. Actually, I don't think he can survive this turn. Here's Hydro Vortex and unless he kills the Snorlax, he's going to lose because double edge will finish off his Araquanid.
Yes, that really depends on this because I felt that the most optimized play just banging on the high damage roll probably on the Snorlax. If he does take out the Snorlax, he can easily 1v1 the Arcanine at the very end. And
but he goes for the Arcanine. It's going to be the protect. Arcanine's going to hang on. Snorlax going to pick up the Araquanid, and that should be game for Hafidz.
Oh, that's well, there you have it. I think
that's double edge into Araquanid with 2 stages of increased attack. That Araquanid is not going to stick around.
Definitely. Celesteela against Arcanine and Snorlax. Convincing.
With a defense boost, I think Celesteela wins. But without the defense boost, unfortunately, not the right build of Celesteela.
Yeah. But I've seen that Celesteela takes more popularity in special defense, mostly in the early or mid-meta game.
Yeah, but recently we've seen them go for defense because the one big problem they can't really control is the Arcanine.
Yes, and
whereas Coco just bring Marowak.
Or even terrain change.
Yes.
Yeah, so the...
maybe not so much. The thing about Coco versus Celesteela is that Coco actually still gets to get killed by Heavy Slam.
Sure, of course.
Whereas Celesteela just cannot touch Arcanine.
Yes, exactly.
So Justin needs to survive this with healthy amount of HP, see the Arcanine. Oh, that's not enough.
Not enough at all.
Double Edge is going to finish it off.
Yes, Double Edge is definitely going to finish it off even with not super effective. Well, don't you think that Hafidz actually really called every single protect, every single attack?
Yeah, Justin showing he's just not comfortable playing without Trick Room.
Yeah. Again, in game 2 though, he didn't deploy his active speed control mode. He chose not to. What do you think of this his decision?
It's okay because again Hafidz led with the Nihilego. So the problem there is always that if he brings very obvious Trick Room, then Hafidz can always just reverse the Trick Room once again. In fact, I think the strange thing there is that for all we know, Hafidz might actually have Trick Room on turn 1.
Oh.
Because we saw the double Nihilego which had killed. Imagine if he had left it alone and he Trick Room 4 Justin. Oh, it would be a very different game. But it could be that he just attacked and Justin was the faster Nihilego. So it's hard to say.
The speed tie,
yeah, it's hard to say really. But definitely Justin struggled to find a game plan there.
Yeah, I mean, would Mimikyu have changed things? But yeah, nah, I don't think so, right?
Basso Nihilego had a very strong start. He fired off Super Ball immediately, but I think he himself was surprised that his Basso outsped the Tapu Lele.
Would have changed things though, but I mean, if he knew that,
I think he was hoping that his Basso would lose his Basso, but Nihilego would stick around because he was hoping that because Basso is slower than because Basso can do damage and Lele wants to prioritize Basso, the Lele would go for Psychic into Basso, get rid of Basso, and leave Nihilego alone to fire off attack to Lele. But unfortunately, it turns out Lele didn't even need to choose. Dazzling Gleam was enough on its own.
Yeah. I mean, it's very typical of such Basso. I mean, Scarf Basso. I mean, non-AV definitely would not be able to take the Dazzling Gleam. But perhaps that he could have read better. If he shouldn't superpower on the very obvious superpower on the Snorlax, he should have probably used some other attack. But he did use superpower on the Nihilego. Maybe winning the speed tie there initially felt that somewhat good position.
That's
but
the other thing
yeah.
there. Going for superpower, lock yourself into superpower against Nihilego. When you're going to double into it anyway, maybe something else.
Like a potential catching in, a potential switch in, like on the.
But probably Buzzwole, I suppose, that he doesn't really have any coverage moves that hit the Nihilego very neutrally. Since Scarf, you probably expect. We saw Stone Edge, we saw Ice Punch, superpower, last slot.
Poison Jab?
Poison Jab. Yeah, we seen all 4 slots, and yeah, actually he needed superpower to hit the Nihilego for good damage. So in a very unfortunate position there.
Sure. I mean, but I felt that Hafidz not switching out the Snorlax. Would you think it was a good decision on his end?
It was, because I think he was confident of taking the superpower since Buzzwole wouldn't have been boosted by any items. So at very most, actually we saw the superpower damage at -1, it did around half. So even if the superpower had gone to Snorlax on turn 1, Snorlax just eats his berry and gets back up.
Oh, I'm surprised because at least to my knowledge, I thought that superpower would be sufficient to take out Snorlax.
Perhaps Adamant Buzzwole would be enough.
Yeah.
But this is a Jolly Buzzwole.
I see.
So
I mean for the speed tier, yeah.
That 10% difference, I think biting him a bit there.
Yeah, I mean, good decisions, good matchups on certain ends, but just not for this time. Well, I mean, he definitely has something to learn, take back home.
Yeah, well, we saw him struggle. Once he didn't have the speed control on his side with the Trick Room, he just didn't really have the options to be able to threaten his own offense, because he was always threatened by whatever was on Hafid's side of the field, as opposed to him doing the threatening.
Yeah, he was constantly on the back seat.
Could even bring Marowak in game 2, I think, and I think that was a decent adjustment. But he went Buzzwole Nihilego instead of the Marowak, and Marowak we saw didn't do much for game 1, just died immediately. And in game 2, I suppose against Arcanine, Nihilego, Tapu Lele, yeah, actually Marowak would struggle again without Trick Room. So
but he were easily threatened with Flare Blitz.
So perhaps the question here is that if you're worried about your opponent resetting Trick Room for you by letting his own Nihilego, why don't
simply don't just attack. Don't Trick Room.
So that's why he tried in game 1 and he got punished for it. He didn't even bring Trick Room, and then he didn't have the offense to go through the Nihilego. So maybe the ultimate lottery play. You lead Mimikyu Nihilego again, your opponent brings Nihilego, and you hope that either 1 Trick Room or 3 Trick Rooms go up.
Oh, yeah!
So either you press 1 Trick Room and hope the opponent doesn't Trick Room, or you press both and hope your opponent also presses Trick Room. So you want 3 Trick Rooms to go off, you can't afford. If you get 2, then nothing happens and you lose. But if you get 3, you get Trick Room up.
And it will be definitely to your favor. But then again though, if that's the case, Mimikyu, Nihilego, will have achieved anything? I mean, barring the speed tie from both Nihilegos on one side, but Mimikyu alone would have impacted the game somewhat?
I think, never mind impacting the game, all he needed was a Raccoonate under Trick Room.
Yeah. Yeah, letting it, but Snorlax could curse.
But 1 curse wasn't enough. And I think after 1 curse, Hydro Vortex will still pick him off.
Oh. But he will be moving faster in Trick Room, so I think he wanted to.
Yeah,
either way,
it's
hard to say.
But let's not forget, the thing about it is that if you lead Mimikyu Nihilego, you can taunt the Snorlax.
Oh, that's that.
So let's say your opponent, because let's say Hafidz was watching previously, and he would have seen Justin try the insane play of double Trick Rooming, and only 1 went off, and so he got Trick Room. So if he predicts that again, he won't Trick Room on his Nihilego.
Sure.
So Mimikyu taunts the Snorlax, and Nihilego gets Nihilego on Justin's side. It's the only one who uses Trick Room, so Trick Room does go up. And Raccoonate is free to play, but again, and this may all sound like extremely insane plays, but you have to imagine that Justin just didn't have that many options to begin with. Maybe he should have tried going all in,
all out on the big plays, and then try to maneuver his way
he was
out.
just on the back foot constantly, turn after turn. Raccoonate couldn't do anything, had to protect against this, protect against that, and every protect that happened, Snorlax just cursed.
Yeah, curse, passive play, Hafidz managed to punish the defensive maneuvers from Justin, and I really don't see how Justin, like what you mentioned, not much of a solid game plan, and Hafidz just capitalized on this.
The only other thing I can think of perhaps is Celesteela immediately from turn 1. Okay, because his opponent was going to lead Snorlax Nihilego, which means Celesteela immediately threatens to sash, to bring Nihilego to sash, and then your partner probably has a better time. But he always kept Celesteela at the back, because if you lead Celesteela into Nihilego Snorlax, you immediately threaten Lee Sin into Snorlax, which is essentially healing Nihilego healing Celesteela 20% every turn.
Sure.
And you also threaten Heavy Slam, which will bring Nihilego to sash. So it allows you to bring a partner. So imagine, let's say he brought Buzzwole Celesteela. I think that threatens both of the leads that Hafidz opted for quite well.
I see. Yeah.
But unfortunately, what's done is done. He didn't really have. He tried to adjust in game 2, wasn't enough. So good games to Hafidz and Justin. But Hafidz will move on to the final to play Chelsea Tan. And our last foreign player still going strong. Hafidz
Yes.
Hasn't even dropped a game on stream. Or actually, he dropped one game on stream, but other than that, he's been going very strong. And we'll see what he has for us in the final against Qisahn, which will happen coming up. Oh, interviewing with Hafidz first.
Sure.
Before his game.
Yes.
Alright. And once again, I am joined by the victorious player in that stream set. Is going to be Muhammad Hafidz once again. And only one hurdle left. Hafidz, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really great, of course.
That looked like a masterful control of the matchup there against Justin.
Yeah, fortunately, I made the right call by bringing those four, Snorlax, Arcanine, Nihilego, and Tapu Lele, because I think those four Pokemon of mine can really do so much things to Justin's team.
Yeah, especially your lead of Snorlax, Nihilego. You cover a lot of things on Justin's side. Especially in game 1, we saw you immediately let Nihilego and you were staring down 2 Pokemon that were weak to Power Gem.
Yeah, and like I said, I made the right call because whether he switched out to Celesteela or Buzzwole, it still do massive damage, you know. But the power gem.
Yeah, actually, his team actually had no Power Gem resist. Now you think about it.
Yeah.
That was a very unfortunate for his team composition.
Yep.
And I think the other thing you also did very well was that by leading Snorlax, you immediately threatened the curse, which means that even if somehow he gets straight room up, Snorlax is going to be moving first.
Yeah.
And threatening, the thing about his team is that the biggest threat under trade room is a Raikou. But after the curse, even I think before the curse, since Raikou is naturally faster than Snorlax,
Yeah.
Snorlax is always going to threaten a Raikou before it moves. But were you concerned that maybe he might try a turn 1 Hydro Vortex into the Snorlax?
Not really, actually, because I'm pretty sure that he will bug bite my
berry.
Snorlax. Yeah, because the berry.
Yeah, so again, you kind of sussed out the options that he had on his team and what he liked to go for to start games. And unfortunately, you didn't really give him option to set up trick room. That's one. And once turn 1 happened and you cursed once, then immediately he's not incentivized to trick room anymore.
Yeah.
So the other thing about your team, I think, is that in previous rounds we saw that he actually got a lot of mileage out of Scarf Buzzwole because he caught a lot of things off guard and got big damage. But I think your entire team doesn't fear Scarf Buzzwole.
Actually, I thought it was Salted Buzzwole because it has Stone Edge.
Oh, you saw the 4th attack, yeah?
Yeah, but it moves faster than my Nihilego.
Yeah. And Nihilego, yeah.
And that's must be a Scarf variant.
Yeah, but because you thought it was, but as long as he wasn't fighting MZ, I think you weren't too worried about the damage output from the opponent Buzzwole.
I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, you could tell because you playing on Buzzwole very well. I think at the end also you found out that you can just Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah.
Even Buzzwole doesn't go down, doesn't matter. It's still a Buzzwole stuck there with superpower.
Yep.
It's not a threat to your team.
Yeah.
So again, very well played, Hafidz. One more. Just one more.
Hopefully.
Yep, so good luck, Hafidz.
Thank you.
And we will see you in the final up against Qisahn coming up right after this.